All right, guys. For those that are following this, I just started working on the vehicle again. It's been a few days. So I just wanted to let you know I got the metal portion of the bumper, so the impact portion. Pretty easy, obviously. There's 3 bolts on each side, and then there are a few little like screws that you have to remove as well. 2 on each side right here, and then there's one that goes right here and one here, but obviously, as you can tell, this one was broken off. The front end on this is kind of shot, so I might be doing some fixing, but anyways, here's the piece. I might actually get this repainted. It's kind of rusting a little bit, but I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it or not. Anyways, probably the next step here is to drain the coolant, and then I would like to get this cold air, what is this, the cold air turbo piece here that the name is escaping me for some reason. Intercooler, I think. Anyways, doesn't matter. I'm going to remove this, then the coolant, and then start trying to get the radiator removed next. Whether or not that needs to be removed first, or if I have to remove this first, we'll find out. Hey viewers, so I don't know if any of you guys can answer this for me, but when I was removing the turbo intercooler, there was oil on one side. I don't think there's supposed to be oil. I don't know if that was like a byproduct of when the engine basically exploded or what, but it was came from, let's see, there's the intake. It goes all the way down into the intercooler right there, and then on the other end was where the oil was kind of pooled up. So I don't know if anyone can answer that for me, but I thought that was strange. So, anyways, I obviously removed that, and I think my next step is going to be draining the radiator fluid, so I'll get to it. Okay, guys, so I got this top piece off. It's the part that your hood attaches to. Pretty easy. One of the most important things about disassembling a vehicle and for any kind of project is to make sure you have Ziploc baggies and a Sharpie. This way you can label where all the specific nuts and bolts go to, and different kinds of pieces of equipment. So just keep in mind when you're doing stuff like this to be very organized, or else you're going to get really frustrated when you have to put things back together. So the next step is to remove this radiator, I believe. I think we've opened up enough space to do that. And then hopefully after that, it looks like I'm going to have to remove this whole plastic piece, which I actually might, depending on the price, I actually might replace that whole plastic piece, because underneath it has some pretty bad damage from, I don't know what, from the previous owner maybe. But that's it. I think I'm just going to start out the radiator, and then hopefully I can start removing this little piece here, the plastic piece. It's not really little, it's the whole front end. And then at that point, I think everything should be opened up. I should be able to see the whole engine, just straight looking at it. So that's going to be pretty exciting. At that point, I will have to begin to probably disconnect random plugs. And another thing too that I haven't done yet, because I haven't really got a lot of wiring done, or started to remove any of the wires or disconnect a lot of them, is to make sure you label your wires. That's also extremely important. That way you know when you're plugging things back up, if you're just doing the same engine swap as I'm doing, I'm just putting another N14 engine in here, that it's a lot smoother process for you. But anyways, I'll keep you guys posted, and hopefully next time you see me, which should be hopefully in like a few seconds since I splice all these videos together, I got this radiator out. So yay! So I ran into a slight problem. Turns out I didn't know this was a separate piece. I thought that was all part of the radiator, but this, I believe, is the power steering portion of the cooling system. I traced it all the way back, so I'm pretty sure that's what that is. If it's not, then I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it's the tranny from the tranny, but anyways, I'm going to have to take the plastic piece off before I remove this, because I got one bolt out, there's another one over here, and I just can't get it, and this is aluminum, and I don't want to damage it and accidentally snap it off, because that's probably going to be super expensive to replace. So I'm going to do possibly slightly less dangerous part of just removing this plastic section here. I'm sure there's a bunch of nuts and bolts that I have to disassemble from it, but I think just working around that is going to be better and less of a risk. I am not as worried if I break a few things off of this giant plastic piece, because I may be replacing that, as I said before. So, yeah, I think the biggest pain in the butt for this is going to be removing the window washer reservoir, because I know there's a bunch of tubes and connectors that I need to remove from that. So yeah, stay tuned. Well guys, I got that plastic thing off, along with the whatever that radiator thing was. I'm pretty sure it was for the power steering. However, when I disconnected it from the tubes, a bunch of gas came out, which the only thing I can think of that would be condensed with gas is the AC condenser. So maybe this is the AC condenser and had a radiator on it, which I didn't know about, so I guess I could be completely wrong. I was following this, so maybe this motor runs more than just power steering. I don't know. But anyways, it's looking like I'm actually making progress. I think hopefully I can just start disconnecting things, like just electrical wires and whatnot, and then once that is complete, I also have to, like, I don't know, finagle all these hoses out, and maybe I'll just leave them in until I get the whole engine off. But once that's done, I need to unbolt it from the transmission, and then I still don't have a crane to pull the engine out, so I will be acquiring one of those at some point too. Anyways, I think I might be done for the day. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Give me likes and subscribe if you so wish. That'd be much, very big help. Anyways, that's all I got. Peace.